Hey everyone, welcome to our strategic talk. Today I'm very glad, together with Stefan Batzdorf, we are going to talk about injecting artificial intelligence into business processes. Before I start with our AI strategy, I want to share with you what is artificial intelligence in general. The very popular interpretation understanding of artificial intelligence is that AI enables machines to behave like humans. A very typical example, the robots, right? Robots can talk and work like a human, and the industry robots can do manufacturing like welding, painting, and assembly. However, most robots, actually in general today, they don't have the comparable emotions and self-consciousness like humans. I really don't recommend you following robot today. In our everyday life, AI is in many situations can extend and enhance our human perception and cognition. It means AI in many areas are stronger than our human capabilities. For example, many computer vision software programs, they can recognize more flowers, not more plants than most peoples in the world. And also we know many of us use machine translation softwares. Google Translate can translate between more languages than any human beings in the world. AI is very important to make our human-machine interaction more natural. We can, with the help of artificial intelligence, we can talk to our machines, use our own languages. In the future, the multimedia, multimodal interaction between human and machine will be possible. We can use our voice and text and image gesture in order to let machine understand us and give us natural answers, which we can understand easily. Today, the best-run business we as SAP consider are the business companies which belong to intelligent enterprises. In our intelligent suite, we provide applications, also a lot of intelligent applications that cover managing relevant business processes, in particular many critical business processes. For example, customer operations for human resources, operation for supply chain management, operations for procurement and manufacturing. In our new industry cloud, we let our customers discover and deploy intelligent vertical solutions. They can use and extend their business processes with our solutions. And furthermore, for us, very important that business processes and applications can understand each other, can talk to each other. That's the reason we introduced Business Technology Platform last year. With our business technology platform, we are able to provide unified solutions for all applications provided in the intelligent suite and in the industry cloud. Furthermore, our customers in our ecosystem can build, integrate, and extend their applications on top of our business technology platform. And also we provide one marketplace in order to integrate our partners' solutions. Let's look at the portfolios in our intelligent business technology platform. In our business technology platform, we have 4 categories: database, data management, analytics, application development and integration, and intelligent technologies. AI will help make all these 4 categories intelligent. In particular, we have artificial intelligence and machine learning technology in our intelligent technologies. This will serve the applications in our intelligent suite and industry cloud. Now I want to share with you the market overview of our enterprise AI. Application embedded AI is defined by IDC and classified into 2 categories. One is AI-centric. It means applications, enterprise applications or business services which are dependent on AI to function. AI is the central of the applications. There's another category about AI non-centric, any application with embedded AI features. And if we look at the market trend, AI applications will moving from 36% to 60% in 2024 for all apps. And also the market size will be 136 billion euros. This is really a big market. For us, SAP, we will focus on the enterprise AI, in particular applications embedded AI. As I mentioned, we will focus on application embedded AI. It means we infuse AI technology into our products, into our business processes. Therefore, it's very logical. Our AI strategy will be driven by our product strategy, will enable our product strategy, make our product more intelligent. Of course, without data, AI cannot work. Therefore, our AI strategy is built on top of our data strategy. Have central data architecture for storing and processing data, deal with the data in the data lake. In our AI strategy, we will continuously improve our AI assets and also work out processes which can make the injection of AI into our products much more efficient. This belongs to our AI factory framework and our tools which help to build AI applications in a smooth way. In summarize, this means AI will be infused into our business process in a very across our business services. At SAP, we have now a holistic AI strategy. This means our AI application will produced by our AI factories. This belongs to our SAP Business Technology Platform. In the AI factory, we have our AI foundation. This is responsible for training, inferencing, retraining, the total lifecycle management of building AI models. In the middle, we have AI functions, reusable data, reusable annotated data, expertise for evaluation, and reusable business relevant functions. The line of business will build business-driven AI applications and work closely with AI supporting functions. For example, human resources in order to attract talents and also support our talents and works with the sales and service team. Commercialization, go-to-market, marketing is very important to improve the AI adoption, and the legal framework is very important. Furthermore, in order to make our intelligent application really reach the customers in large scale, we also work with our resale partners, integration partners, implementation partners. We plan to leverage also data suppliers, AI function suppliers, and work with research and academic communities. Now I want to share with you a scalable working model and process, how we start with ideation and stop with the operation and continue with the improvement. In the ideation phase, we identify the use cases driven by the domain knowledge, driven by the AI expertise, driven by the business value and the values for the customers. With the validation, we can assess the feasibility of the use case. And in the realization phase, we develop our AI functions. And in the production phase, we integrate AI functions into our business processes. And during the operation, we deliver the embedded AI functions to our customers. Of course, the customer feedbacks and all the growing data will help us to incrementally improve our AI functions. Now, I want to present one example from our business areas for small and medium enterprises, SME document processing. We provide natural language processing technologies, information extraction technologies to deal invoices for our suppliers, for our SMEs. In the past, our SME who work with the invoices manually, it means humans extract the information from the invoices and insert into the database. It's very time consuming and also error prone. With our natural language processing system and also information extraction business service system, we are able to extract information from PDF documents automatically and insert into the database. This simplifies and automates the processes and with high precision and record quality. How does this process look like? During the development, we start with the ideation, right? During the ideation, the AI experts and also the business and domain experts work together, identify the business case, including the target customer numbers and the automation performance. and then validate whether we have existing technologies and machine models can adapt to the needs of the SME specific requirements. And during the realization, we evaluate the technology performance and adapt to the existing model technologies to the new requirement and also improve the features and performance. For the productization, firstly, we run beta phase for the selected customers of SAP Business by Design solution and also develop onboarding automation in order to make the customers access the new functions easily. The total development took only 6 months, started from February 2020, and the first release is August this year. And now we have achieved more than 135 customers already. And with our customers, we can continuously improve and make our models better. Now I hand over to Stefan. Stefan, it's your turn. Please show the SAP S/4HANA Finance demo.
Thank you very much, Fei. Thanks for handing over. So I would like to demonstrate now how machine learning and artificial intelligence is embedded within our core ERP, SAP S/4HANA. SAP S/4HANA is our intelligent suite, our intelligent product, and we have infused it on multiple ways with artificial intelligence, machine learning, predictive analytics, etc. As it is quite boring to just show a machine learning application, I've chosen to show you a complete kind of end-to-end process, the SAP S/4HANA financial closing process. First of all, we will enter the financial closing cockpit and show what an accountant is doing in order to, what are the various tasks in order to close the financial process, month-end closing, quarter-end closing, etc. On the next slide, you can then see, and we deep dive into the machine learning application, which is our intelligent goods and invoice receipt reconciliation. What is GRIR reconciliation doing? In inventory, you have goods receipt whenever some materials come in. Then someone is posting a goods receipt and an invoice receipt, and then the company pays the invoice to the supplier. At the end of the month end and quarter end closing, there could be some discrepancies. It could be that a supplier has delivered 1,000 items, but the invoice showed 1,200. In this month end closing task, quarter end closing task, it's a very cumbersome task in order to do this reconciliation manually. For this, we have built a machine learning app. So the system continuously tracks and matches the goods receipt posted with the invoice receipt where we paid something and shows in this intelligent dashboard the discrepancies, the overvalues. And then the system makes proposals on whether to write off, for example, the materials, or whether to collect and post a correction of the invoice. So the accountant is really supported here in their daily decision tasks. But now let's jump into the system and I show it to you live. Good. So let's have a look. In the financial closing cockpit, we provide you with several Fiori apps, define closing tasks, process closing task, and proof. But first, let's have a look at the financial close overview. That's a Fiori overview page, and it shows the financial manager that is supervising the financial close. What is the task completion rate? Where are errors? What are the tasks that still need to do some work? What are the tasks to be approved? Every Fiori overview page has a search field, so you can search and filter for one company code. Let's have a look at 7010, which is our US company. Pressing enter, the whole financial closing cockpit is showing now the tasks for the US item. Here we have the US GAAP financial close with 73% done. But now let's get back and first define some closing tasks. Definition of closing tasks is done once in a year or every kind of quarter. We at SAP, we deliver templates for financial close for the SAP S/4HANA public cloud. Let's have a look at the local GAAP monthly year-end closing for the Superior Ledger 0L. We at SAP, we deliver a hierarchy structure, all the tasks that needs to be done for a financial close. Here for the S/4HANA Public Cloud Edition for the company code 1010 in Germany and 1710 in the US. You can see the various tasks, what you need to do for accounts receivable, for accounts payable, and for the general accounting. deep diving into the details, you can also see then what are the values to be defined, what are the semantic objects, the line items that need to be done, what are the dependencies of tasks. So this task, for example, is dependent on clear incoming payments, and every task is then leading to a specific Fiori application. You can also provide translations, some attachment of documentation, or performing notes. But now let's get back once again. So this is the definition of the financial closing tasks. But now we are heading back and to have a look at the processing closing tasks. So the financial clerk is working with this Fiori app in order to process the various tasks that needs to be done during a financial month-end closing. So we select the local GAAP month-end closing for 2019. It's 60% done, and we deep dive and jump into this application. So let's have a look at all the tasks. Because I'm a manager, I don't have tasks responsible for myself, but let's have a look at all the tasks that needs to be done in order to perform the month-end closing. Like manage customer line items, manage journal entries, clear the outgoing payment, and the Fiori app shows exactly where we have completed with errors, where we still are on the start. And this is one task now, the goods and invoice receipt reconciliation. Pressing this brings me directly into the GRIR reconciliation overview. It is another Fiori overview page showing the financial manager the various statistics on where do we have an invoice receipt surplus, where do we have a goods receipt surplus, and what needs to be done on the company code. So I jump into 7010, the US code, and I see, for example, also if we select this, deselect it, have a look at the system proposes in this chart, for example, on 1010 in orange, there is a number of correction of invoice expected, and in blue, where the system proposes to perform a write-off. If you select one of these bar charts, the table below directly displays these 51 purchasing document items where the system with machine learning proposes to perform a write-off. Let's have a look at the first item. We have a discrepancy of 1,500 euros. The order quantity was 41 pieces, but the invoice shows 14,000 euros, the goods received 12,900 euros. The system proposes to perform a write-off based on the criteria that I have defined in the system and based on the historical tasks that I have done. I can even jump to the line item, to the financial line item, the journal entry that had been posted months ago. Here you see the Fiori application to manage the journal entry. You have all details at hand. Navigating back brings me to this machine learning app again. And you haven't noticed now, but this was already the 7th Fiori app that we show in this integrated end-to-end process. So the system is intelligent and navigates the user through the system. You don't need to call various transactions. You don't need to think what I need to do. The system guides you through. But I don't want to perform a write-off in this case. I want to notify my purchasing manager to perform a correction of the invoice. For this, I assign a manager. I change the process. The manager has to do a correction of invoice receipt to be done. I will select the processor directly. So I type in Max Spiegel. This is the purchasing manager because there's difference in quantity in invoice. And now the process is changed for this item. And also the system will recognize that at this part and this kind of journal entry, I rather perform a correction of invoice. So mainly we're done, and I've showed you now the whole end-to-end flow from defining financial closing tasks, jumping into one single application, which is the goods and invoice receipt reconciliation, which is the machine learning application. You don't really notice the machine learning part here, but it is in the background, and the system proposes the decision task that needs to be done. So now once you've seen the demos, we in SAP S/4HANA, as I said before, provide a lot of machine learning application and intelligent use cases. Since 2017, we have delivered 256 intelligent use cases, summarizing on situation handling, where some situations happen and the system is intelligent enough to make a decision, native machine learning applications, we have IoT applications. What we also do is automate the system via IRPA, Intelligent Robotics Process Automation, and we have also some use cases where you can speak with the system, what we call natural language interaction. But we will also provide more of these things to come in the next years. We are continuously infusing and working on making the whole SAP S/4HANA and all the applications in the intelligent enterprise intelligent enough. But now let's hand back over to Fei to summarize.
Thank you, Stefan. Now I'm going to summarize our key takeaways for this session. There are 3 takeaways. As you see, SAP has been injecting AI into business processes in a scalable way. We integrate AI technologies with business knowledge, business processes. Furthermore, the AI technologies is integrated into the AI application development process. In the second takeaway, our AI factory collaboration model covers all relevant steps of efficient application development and also involve all relevant stakeholders in order to make adoption successful. For example, go-to-market, automatic onboarding for our customers, and also driven by the business impact and customer values. Last but not least, we are offering a true evolution of enterprise AI. This means AI is not standalone. AI is part of enterprise solutions. AI should contribute to the intelligent transformation of our customers. Thank you very much for your attention.